Hello everybody and welcome to the KD Adventures, where we make theme park and adventure videos every single week. If you enjoy watching this video, make sure to let us know by hitting that like button. And if you're new to the channel and you're feeling extra cheeky, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you don't miss a single thing. You can also find us on Twitter and Instagram, just search for the KD Adventures. Right then, so welcome to this week's video, and today we are back with another Planet Coaster Rollercoaster Recreation 1 Hour challenge. Now, it has been a while since I last uploaded one of these videos. In fact, I think it was about 4 months ago I recorded the last one, where I attempted to recreate the Smiler. It didn't go very well. It didn't go very well at all, actually. And if you want to go check that out, I'll leave a link down in the description below. But yeah, we are finally back. I know some of you do enjoy these videos. So yeah, previously we've tried to recreate the Smiler, RITA, also at Alton Towers, and Nemesis at Alton Towers. And also we've tried to recreate the incredible Hulk coaster, which can be found at Islands of Adventure. But in today's video, we're going back over to another UK park. It's not Alton Towers this time. We're going to be heading on over to Thorpe Park. Now, Thorpe Park is home to some of the biggest and best coasters here in the UK, some of the most intense coasters here in the UK. For example, you have Soar the Ride, which is an absolutely brilliant coaster. I love Soar the Ride. And in fact, it'll be a really good one to try and recreate on Planet Coaster at some point. So maybe sometime in future, it'll be featured in the 1 hour challenge. You also have Stealth as well, which is a super fast launch coaster. In fact, I believe it may be the fastest here in the UK. I'm not sure on that one, but I believe it is the fastest here in the UK. That one would definitely not be a very good one to try and recreate in an hour because it's very simple. It's a very simple one, so it definitely wouldn't take me an hour to do. But it is still a great coaster and definitely an intense one too. But we're not going to be recreating either of those in today's video. We have a few more as well. You have like Nemesis Inferno and Colossus. But yeah, we're not going to be recreating those in this video either. But we are going to be creating one of my favourite coasters here in the UK, which can be found at Thorpe Park. Today we're going to be trying to recreate the Swarm. Now, as I mentioned, the Swarm is one of my favourite coasters here in the UK. It is definitely in my top 5 list. And that is because it is just a super fun ride. It is so smooth. And not only that, it is also the only UK's winged coaster. So it's very unique. You can't find many of them out there, and that's why it goes into my top 5 list. So the Swarm is designed by B&M, and it can reach up to speeds of 59 miles per hour, and also it features 5 inversions. So it's going to be a really fun one to try and recreate on Planet Coaster. If you've never seen any of these videos before, then it's pretty simple. I've just got to try and recreate this coaster on Planet Coaster as best as I can in just 1 hour. Just a 1 hour time limit. It can be very hard. I'm not too sure how I'm going to do on this one because, as I said, it does feature 5 inversions. But I have done it before. I have done it before with the Hulk. That features quite a few inversions as well. So we're just going to have to see, aren't we? Now, I don't think that the Swarm is going to be as difficult to recreate in 1 hour as the Smiler was. I mean, that one was pretty much impossible. I got pretty close to completing the track, but I ran out of time. So yeah, I think we're going to do all right. I think we're going to do okay, but we're just going to have to find out, aren't we? So yeah, let's get straight on into it and let's head on to Planet Coaster. Right then, so we are here on Planet Coaster, and I am ready to do this challenge. I've got 1 hour on the clock. I don't know if you can see that. 1 hour on the clock, ready to go. Hopefully I can do this. I mean, I don't think it's going to be as difficult as some of my other recreations that I've done previously. I feel like it's definitely going to be easier than the Smiler and the Hulk. I'm guessing it's going to be on the same level as Nemesis was. I've also got the POV on my phone ready to go, just so I can refer back to it through the video, so we can get it as close to the actual Swarm as possible. But yeah, let's get straight on into it. Let's do this. Let's start the hour in 3, 2, 1, now. We're off. Let's go. Okay, so first of all, we've got to go straight down to coasters, of course. And we're going to go down to custom, and we're going to find that wing coaster. Let's hope we can find this one quickly, because that would be a good start. It's definitely on here. It's definitely on here. Am I missing it? Great. Oh, here we go. Here we go. And is it this one? Is it Black Falcon? Or, oh no, that's the launched one. Here we go. We got it. We got it. Okay. So, I'm not sure if the station's raised or not. I don't believe it is. So we're going to go flat on the ground. Okay, we're going to make this station a little bit bigger. I think that'll do. Okay, off we go. So we're going to go into utilities, and it's pretty much straight out. I don't know if there's I think it's pretty much straight up the lift hill, if I remember correctly. So we go forward just a tiny bit, so I'm just going to add in that little bit here, but it's not much. So we got those drive tyres there. Just a few little drive tyres to start with. So we go straight up into that lift. So the height of the swarm is 38.6 meters. So we're going to go straight up. I think the angle's right. It's just a rough guess. I can't really check what the angle is, but I'm pretty sure that's about right. 37, that'll do. That will do. That's close enough. I think that's as close as we can get it. Okay, so this is actually my favourite part of the swarm, and it is that first drop. So it's not just like, if you've never been on it before, you've never seen the swarm, then it's not just a straightforward drop like that. Like you get on every coaster. It actually inverts on itself. So you go anti-clockwise. I think it's anti-clockwise. So we go this way, yeah, anti-clockwise, and you go back under yourself, which is very unique. It's very unique, and it's very scary as well. Especially when the swarm had the back row seat was backwards at one point, and I only got to do that once, but that was incredibly scary. If you ever got to experience that, you'll know what I mean. Very, very scary, but it was very fun. It was very fun at the same time. I think that's about right. What would you say? I think that's about right. I think it's close enough. You can't waste time in this challenge. We've only got an hour, so I can't get things like spot on. I mean, if you had longer than an hour, then maybe I could make it more precise, but I think that is good enough. So of course it doesn't go like directly underneath the lift hill. It does go a little bit to the left here. And it goes underneath a plane wing. So that is one of my favourite things about the swarm, is the theming. That whole area where the swarm is amazing. It's like an alien invasion type area. So you've got loads of different things scattered around, like the aeroplane. You have the massive billboard as well that the coaster goes through. You have the telephone box. It's really cool. It's really, really cool. And even where the lift hill is as well, where the ride operators are, that is like an ambulance that's flipped up on its back, and the station itself is in like a destroyed church type thing. So yeah, it's really cool, really good theming on the swarm. I'm going to start testing it now as well, just so we can see if it can actually make it round the track, because there's been many times in these challenge videos where it hasn't made it round the track, and it's been very annoying. So we're going to start testing it now so that does not happen. This is a really cool inversion. This is a really smooth inversion, I always find as well. And it's where you go straight through that billboard as well. An amazing near miss element. I love it. Just going to change this bit up a little bit. Let's try that. I feel like that's a little bit better. I feel like that's a little bit more accurate. So yeah, I'm going to stick with that. I've got to remember as well on these inversions, but it is a winged coaster, so if I do it like this, then they're going to go through the floor. So I've got to be careful with that one. Back down. I think that looks okay so far. But yeah, we do start going a little bit slower here, so now we have to be a little bit careful. Because we don't want it to stop on the track. So, let's see. Let's check my POV again. Okay, so this bit, it actually goes a lot higher. I'm just looking at the off-ride now. And I completely forgot that this bit does go a lot higher than what I have put in the game. So, redoing it again. So we go through the billboard and then it's almost like a loop. It's close to being a loop. Okay, so it's not perfect, but I feel like it's alright. It's not too bad. It's not the best, but it's not the worst, I don't think. So, we've got 32 minutes left. So I'm going to have to leave it at that. But I feel like it's alright. It does go very slow around this section, I must admit, but I think it's alright. So we're going to move on to the next section. Let's move on to the next section. That one took a lot longer than it should have done. I'm a bit disappointed in myself for that, because that one should have been pretty easy. But what can you do? I feel like we're still going to do it on time because we've got half an hour left, so it's doable. It is doable, I think. So, I've got to get it through the middle of here and doing an inversion without it stopping on the track as well, because it does go very, very slow round here. So it's gonna be difficult. This is definitely more difficult than I was expecting. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like it's not going to make it. I'm gonna try and build this before it comes around, because it's just going up the lift hill now. I'm gonna do that. If this works, if this makes it round, I'll be really happy, because I feel like that's as good as I'm going to get it. But I don't think it is going to make it round. Okay, so we've gone through that first inversion. The second one, I'm happy with how that looks, but it's here where things might go wrong. It's going very slow, and there's no way this is going to make it. So on the actual swarm, this bit goes over the track as it comes back round, but just because I don't think it's going to make it without me putting it under the track, I'm going to put it under the track. I feel like that's the only way I'm going to be able to do this. So it's not 100% accurate, but I still think it's okay. It might not be 100% accurate, but as long as the track is complete, I'll be happy. Because in the last challenge where I made the smiler, I didn't even complete the track. So I don't want that to happen again. Ugh. I think I made it a little bit too high. Right, let's see if this makes it. I really hope it does. I really hope it does. Okay, because I feel like that is the hardest part of the whole track. Once we've got this bit done, I feel like the rest is going to be pretty easy. Come on. Oh. We made it. We made it. It might be a little bit. It might be a little bit slow. Might be a little bit slow. But it made it round, and that's all that matters. That is all that matters. So now all we need to do is go around here and bank round to the left. And this bit is where we go over the station. As I mentioned earlier, the whole theming behind the Swarm is like an alien invasion. So the station area is in like a rundown church, and you go over the station on the ride, and it is really cool because you invert over it. It's very, very cool. So this is the next part that I need to do. I think what makes that inversion even better is the fact it goes super slow over the station building. So yeah, I love this ride. This is such a good ride. At the moment, my top 5 coasters in the UK. At number 1 is Icon at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, then the Wicker Man at Alton Towers, and then I'll probably have to say that the Swarm is at my number 3 spot. It's a very good coaster, a very good coaster, and as I said, it's the only wing coaster in the UK, so you're not going to get any like this anywhere else in the UK. Love it. So I've tried to make this as smooth as possible. I feel like this is as smooth as I'm going to get it with the amount of time that I've got. Maybe if I do have time at the end, well, I mean, I've got 17 minutes left, so if I do get time at the end, I'll go around and smooth a few things out. I did want to add in a little bit of scenery, because I normally don't get time to do that. I don't think I'm going to get that time to do that today, with 17 minutes left. I mean, we're nearly done with the track, which is the main thing, isn't it? But if I do get time, then I'll go around and smooth things out and hopefully add in a little bit of scenery, because those near-miss elements on this coaster as well is what makes it special, in my opinion. Okay, so we're going to do that inversion over the station. I think I've done a pretty good job of getting that pretty much directly over it as well. I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that, actually. You go into a brake section. So yeah, we're pretty much done here. Pretty much done. Should definitely be able to complete the track, which is great. If you have enjoyed watching this video, then feel free to go check out my Planet Coaster series, which is ongoing here on the channel. It's called Let's Build a Theme Park, and we're building a giant theme park filled with about 5 different themed areas. We're 2 areas in now. We're on episode 6, so if you want to go check that series out, then I'll leave the link down in the description below to the playlist. I think we've done an alright job here. And let's put those brakes on. Perfect. I'm really happy with how this has turned out. I think it's not too bad at all. I won't give you a ride on it yet. We'll do that at the end of the video. But I think now is the time to add in some scenery, possibly. How long have we got left? We've got 11 minutes left. Plenty of time. So, I don't know if we'll be able to add in this billboard. I don't know if I'm going to get time to do that. Let's dig down here though, so we can add in that little water section. This could possibly be my most accurate one to date. I mean, the RITA one so far was the most accurate one. I was really impressed with that one. I mean, with the RITA one, I placed it over a POV of the actual ride, and it was pretty much accurate. I was really impressed with that one. But I feel like this one could be a close second. So I don't think I'm going to get time to put up the billboard or anything like that, but I'll put in a few other little bits, because you've got the Studios pack here on Planet Coaster, which has a few items in it that I could use. So where is it? Studios. If it wasn't like a plane or something, that would be really good. We could use that. I don't think I'm at. Ooh, the helicopter. We'll use the helicopter. So I'm gonna put this helicopter right here. I'm going to change the colours a little bit though. It's a bit too bright for my liking. I'm going to make it grey. Grey and black. We're going to put it here. I can't remember if this is... I'm sure there is a plane here. I can't remember. Love it. Let's get some water effects in there as well. So I think the last thing we need to do is change the colour scheme, because it is definitely not blue. It's definitely not blue at all. It is a black and grey colour, the swarm is. So we're going to change that up a bit. So yeah, I feel like that's about right. And then the actual train itself is also black and grey. A very exciting colour scheme the swarm does have. Okay, so we've got just under 3 minutes left, or 2.5 minutes, and I've just had a look, and you actually have a plain wing on here, so we can do this. We can do this. This is as good as I'm gonna get it. It definitely doesn't look like the real one. It's as good. It's as good as we're gonna get it. I should have just gone for that one, really, shouldn't I? That'd probably been easier. Let's just delete all that. We've got a pre-made plane here. A lot easier. Okay, so we've got 22 seconds left. I just managed to pause it there just so I can get it, so it doesn't actually collide with the plane. But yeah, we're all good. We're all good. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. We are done. You know what? I'm happy with that. I am happy with how this has turned out. I've not actually checked yet. I've not actually checked the POV out of it yet. But I feel like I've done alright on this one. I'm quite proud of myself. But yeah, that is the Swarm. My version of the Swarm. My recreation in just 1 hour. I'm really happy with how it's turned out. If you think you can do better, then go ahead, try and beat me, and then send it me on all our social media, like Twitter, Instagram, whatever. I want to see it, but no cheating, because I will know if you are cheating. So you've only got 1 hour to do it in. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this has turned out. If you've got any more suggestions for rides you want me to recreate in this challenge, then let me know down in the comments below. There's obviously a ton of coasters out there, so many coasters I can try, and I want to know what you want to see me recreate. But yeah, that is it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to leave you with a POV of my version of the Swarm, but thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.